Thanks for taking time for
No worries.
interview. Doors closed.
Hello. Hello. That's about as far as what I do for the touring. You know, I'm very busy and, you know, already doing a lot of the other stuff. Like, you know, for us, when we prepare for a tour, we rehearse and we, you know, write new songs and we make sure the records are ready and you know, things like that. So when it comes to actually preparing for the tour, I do nothing except turn up. It's not my job. Like, I don't even know where I'm going tomorrow. You know, I think it's Holland. You know, I just go with the flow, man. I'm here to rock. You know, I'm not here to work. Fuck, I work at home. Ooh. In all honesty, probably not. We rely, like a lot of bands now, like, you know, a lot of punk bands, small bands like us, we do rely a lot on merchandise. If we do good on merchandise, we might break even. If we don't, we're gonna cut a pretty big loss. But you know, when we do a thing like a European tour, we want to come, we want to play to our friends and fans here. Plus, you know, it's important to not just stay in one country. So we do take into account that we're probably going to have a loss. And then we try to make up for it by, you know, maybe a bit of an extra tour at home or something like that. But this tour, because it's so short, no, we're going to lose money.
Okay. So
Well, it was for me. You know, you have to understand that when I was thinking that, I was 13 years old. And I didn't fit in school. Actually, I had a lot of trouble fitting in the school. You know, different, had long hair, ate different food, all that sort of shit. And yeah, when I first discovered punk rock, you know, of course the music, you know, made my fucking head explode. But then also the message behind it, you know, which to me it's open to interpretation. Like, you know, a lot of people will say different things, but yeah, it did kind of speak to the people who didn't fit in society properly. And I thought, fuck, how cool is this? And it was funny, like when I stopped caring about having friends and girlfriends and, you know, that I looked different, you know, smelled different, was a vegetarian, all that, you know, all that shit, more people wanted to be my friend. It was bizarre. But yeah, the message behind punk rock that I got was very liberating. True. But for me, first was the music.
okay.
Definitely. You know, you listen to stuff on the radio, you know, like, you know, back then, you know, there was a lot of good stuff back in the radio when I was a kid. You know, you had Bowie, Led Zeppelin, you know, all classic stuff. But, you know, then you would have a lot of shit as well. And then, you know, when you hear punk rock, it's like, what the fuck is this? You know, it's very ear-catching.
Okay. Um,
Yeah, well, yeah, of course, why not? We have been criticised for doing too much stuff, and I know there's two records in particular that did really badly.
they are.
It's This Terrible Place and Too Far Gone.
Okay.
I remember Too Far Gone, the reaction from the general, you know, I'm not going to say our fans, because our fans, you know, they're cool. They stick with us with whatever we do. But with, you know, the people that just liked it because maybe it was trendy at the time, they hated the record because, you know, we did a lot of different stuff. We even had our so-called independent record company at that time. They got the shits. You know, they took us out and they go, what the fuck you doing? It's like, what do you mean what the fuck we're doing? It's like, why is this record so different to the last one? You know, what is this shit? Why are you experimenting? Why are you doing this? You know, for us it was a big shock, and that was part of the reason why we broke up. Actually, a big reason. The main reason. Maybe the only reason. You know, like you go somewhere like England, and for us, the punks are kind of funny. You know, the guys who dress up in mohawks and studs, and you know, it's like, oh, I only like UK subs. It's like, I like UK subs too, but I like Pink Floyd as well. Yeah, for sure, especially today. You know, like, I kind of couldn't believe it. Like, just to give you an example, where I used to work, I used to, you know, pack parcels. I had a storeman job. And, you know, there was other kids working there. And we had a CD player, just a little one. So we would all take turns playing CDs. And, you know, they would play, you know, their shit, Limp Bizkit and fucking John Cougar Mellencamp and stuff. And then when I play something, you know, they go, oh, what the fuck? What's this? Oh, it's so noisy. Oh, I can't hear the words. And it's like, man, this is how my grandmother talks to me, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, why would you get a kid half your age going, I can't understand the words? It's bizarre. You know, and we do get a lot of punks going, why you do so much guitar solo? Why you do fucking metal? Why, you know, it's like, oh man, shut up. You know, go somewhere else. Go see the UK subs. I would. They're a good band. Yeah. Well, that's probably our main message, you know, like, look, fuck. You live, then you die. You know, you might as well do something in that time and just do something you like. That's our main message. You know, we don't really consciously, you know, I don't know. I think it's kind of, you know, old news to, like, you know, be overly political and stuff like that. You know, maybe not now. Look, I understand, you know, Bush is fucked, and we do have, I have to admit, a couple of songs telling our government to fuck off too. Mainly because for 4 terms we've had a conservative government, you know. But we're not overly political. You know, for me, I try to ignore that stuff and live as free as I could possibly live.
You know,
You know, you could get a guy who's fanatic about cars. You could get a guy who's fanatic about comics, going to the movies. That's cool. You know, it's going back to what you said before. It's like, you know, we live, then we die. And, you know, in that time, you find what really moves you and you go for it. You know, and not for everyone it's going to be music. Yeah, for me, it's definitely music. I'm fanatical about music, like incredibly fanatical. But I know other people, they're incredibly fanatical about visual arts or painting or, you know, reading. You know, I've got a friend, he collects old muscle cars. You know, he's really fanatical about cars, could tell you fucking everything about a car, you know. I don't even know how to drive. But you know what I'm saying? It's, you know, find something that moves your soul.
okay.
Yeah, definitely. I like Marquis Smith. Yeah, you know, there are things that, you know, a lot of people call the Hard-ons dumb and stuff. And it's because we don't take care with interviews or artwork or, well, actually, no, that's Ray takes a lot of care. You know what I mean? In our presentation, like, you know, we don't dress up for a gig. You know? We don't take anything serious except the music, but we take the music very serious. We're very fussy. You know, we're very fussy with our music, with our recording, everything. Very, 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 very fussy. So, yeah, totally. But that's almost like saying fanatical, you know what I mean? But man, if you're going to do something that you're very passionate about, do it right, you know? In an art form, yeah. You know, like if you look at the Ramones, right? They were very fun. But I think their music was very serious. Like, that's a very German question. Fun punk is very German.
I'm from Austria.
I know you're from Austria.
Oh, this sounds like serious.
um, yeah, sure, but you know that's not a term I would use. For me, fun punk almost sounds like soccer punk.
Soccer punk.
Yeah, it's
You mean it's European, kind of?
oh yeah. There's no fun punk in Australia. If you went to an Australian dictionary and looked up fun punk, it'd be blank. There'd be nothing there, no pictures, no photos, no nothing. It'd just be, you know,